Hey everyone, I'd like to start off this video by saying that this video, I'm using a Reddit post as kind of like a loose script, but I made the Reddit post, and I'll probably put a link to it in the description. I put it on r/Spider-Man Musical, go support them and follow them or whatever. I'm new to Reddit, don't judge me. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this video. Let's get into the unnerving nature of Spider-Man, Turn Off the Dark. Every time I hear about this musical, or even think about it, I feel uneasy. Not just because of the accidents. It's just, I don't know. There's so many examples of this musical being uncanny or downright scary to me. So, let me give my evidence. For some reason, Spidey in this movie just seems odd. Just take this picture, for example. It looks as if he's trying to reach out and pull me in. It looks like some kind of jump scare. And I could be wrong about this, but there seems to be something in the mask that acts as a frame, so it makes the head shape look weird, which makes me feel uneasy. This may sound dramatic, but just looking at this image gives me chills, and I feel like if I keep looking at it, he'll reach out and rip my face off or something. Also, some of the extra patterns, for instance, the pattern on the legs, give it almost a distorted feel, but I could just be over-exaggerating. Green Goblin isn't as scary to me as some of the other stuff, but there's this one New Year's video or something with Green Goblin being very close to the camera and talking about stuff for no reason. I didn't think it was that creepy or anything. I just thought it was weird. Even though he's not as scary, he's still got a bit of a creepy vibe. If you look at his design, there are some dark colored parts of his suit, and there are sharp bits all over him. His design just seems threatening, which is good because it fits the character. There aren't as many pictures I could find of Electro on Google, but I still could see his design. Like Green Goblin, he's not as creepy as some of the other things in the musical, but I feel like if I saw this guy in the street, he wouldn't zap me. He would probably rip my head off, as overly dramatic as it may sound. Now here's where it gets creepy. If you don't know, Swarm is a more obscure villain that is basically just a bunch of bees. In the musical, Swarm is the most interesting adaptation of the character I've seen. On set and in official artwork, he looks so strange. His entire body has these black and white stripes on it. And yes, I know that the costume is actually yellow and black, but it just looks black and white on the official artwork and on set. Also, the costume looks kind of dirty, which I believe is intentional. His face looks super weird too. It's all that plus excess bees flying around him. You've got a design that looks like a character straight out of The Nightmare Before Christmas. Kraven the Hunter looks really weird in this musical. He almost looks real, but he doesn't. It's so uncanny. If you don't know, the Kraven design is very similar to the comics, but the biggest difference is that the face on the musical design is a mask that looks like a cartoon character. I know this is made to fit the style of the musical, but when you're sitting, like, in front of the stage, you're just going to see that distorted looking face, and it's going to look really weird. If you've seen it, or I'm probably going to put a picture up, just look at it. It looks so weird. Carnage isn't that scary to me, since I'm used to seeing his design in very similar media. But one thing I do want to note is that he has white teeth, which is strange, but not too strange, since Venom has white teeth. Speaking of Venom, I feel like he would fit better in Carnage's role. I know it doesn't make much sense for Venom to be working with other villains to do something like take over the city, but I could say the same for Carnage. The accidents have been talked about a lot, so I'm not going to dwell on it as much. I just find it kind of creepy, and it makes me sort of think that this musical is some kind of bad omen. Also, I think the lizard looks kind of scary, but he usually looks like that, so it's no big deal. You're probably thinking that I'm like a wuss or something for thinking some of this is scary, but there are just so many weird choices in this musical. Imagine this. You're a young boy or girl who loves Spider-Man, and you hear about a musical about Spider-Man. So naturally, you beg your parents to take you to Broadway to see it. Your parents then take you, and you watch it, and you see a bunch of weird and scary stuff. That would be absolutely horrifying to a child. Even if there are a bunch of creepy and weird stuff about this musical, I like it. It really does stand out, not just as a musical, but as one of many versions of Spider-Man. But no matter what, I will always believe there's something odd about this movie, or musical. Almost like it has some dark aura or something. Anyway, thanks for watching, and sorry if there are any mistakes in this video. And have a good day, of course.